Hey y'all, Halfmilesniper here, and today we're going to take a closer look at some of the 270 brass that viewer Randall sent us. So, we'll take a look, we'll take care of a couple of things, and I think we'll get it in the wet tumbler and get it cleaned up. So, sit back, kick your feet up, enjoy the ride. Alrighty y'all, so in the mail call video, I showed y'all some of the brass that, and I'm pretty sure some of this has been reloaded. Some of it's factory once fired, just really old. If we come in here and we take a look, we've even got some lead oxide going, it looks like, that or verdigris, I don't know which. And cases are pretty well carboned up. This one here just, it screams reload, but the primer says it's factory. So, interesting. Maybe it's an artifact of the gun it was fired out of. So we'll take some time. I'm gonna get these deprimed real quick, bring you back, and show you one way that we can wet tumble the brass. You can either use the big wet tumbler, or for a small batch like this, we can do something small. So, show you that in a minute. Alrighty, well, I took a couple minutes and deprimed all this brass, and now we're going to get it set up to clean. Some of this brass, I don't know if y'all can see down in there, it's pretty nasty. Some of it looks pretty good. I think that one there's probably a factory round. There's other pieces that actually have stuff stuck to them on the sides of the case. Interesting, you can still see the factory annealing line right there. Very cool. So, I have two ways when I wet tumble. I have a large Lyman Cyclone, and I can do like 1,000 pieces of pistol brass in one shot. For smaller scale stuff, I have a Harbor Freight rock tumbler, 2-barrel rock tumbler. You put in 1 pound of stainless steel pins, roughly 1 pound of brass, fill it to about here with water, a small amount, maybe a 1/4 teaspoon of LemmiShine, and just a dash of Dawn dishwashing soap. And this brass that looks like this, green in the throats or in the neck and all grungy and dirty. Once it tumbles around in the stainless steel, the water, the LemmiShine, and the Dawn, well, it's going to look dang near like new. Now, I know that 308, it's roughly 49 pieces of brass to a pound. 308's a little bit less than 270, because 270 is basically a 30-06 neck down to 27 caliber, and 308 is a 30-06 shortened. So we're going to put, there was actually 51 pieces of brass in that bag. We're going to put 25 in one barrel and 26 in the other. That's 25. The other 26 will go in the other barrel. And then I'll go get them set up with water, LemmiShine, Dawn, and we'll put them in the rock tumbler for a couple hours. Then I'll pull them out and bring y'all back and show you how they look. So it's going to be a couple hours. It's only going to be a few seconds in reality by the time you see it, but you have enough time. Go get yourself some lunch or some dinner, or take a nap, because it'll be a little bit. So we'll bring it back in a few. Okay, well, I don't know if y'all can hear the tumbler running right now or not, but it's tumbling. And when I set up the tumbler, I knew I was missing something from mail call. Besides the 270 cases, he also sent a bunch of 3030 cases. Again, some with the primers knocked out. Look like they may have been in the process of being reloaded, possibly some reloaded ammo. Hard to tell. Looking at that case neck, I'd almost think it was a H&K machine gun. But we know that's not. I don't believe that that primer is factory. That's probably a reload. We'll have to see how these clean up next. So yeah, so very sorry that I missed that on the mail call. The whole time I was saying it, I was like, no, there was something else, but I could not remember what it was for the life of me. And it was the 3030 brass, which just happened to be sitting with the Harbor Freight tumbler. Well, that's what the rock tumbler water looks like right now. You can't even see anything in there. These have been, this brass has been running in the tumbler for about just shy of 2 hours. We're going to go get them rinsed off and see how they look. Well, after nearly 2 hours in the wet tumble, this is the first time I've ever had to go back to retumble. Let me bring you in closer so you can see. So this brass is fresh out of the wet tumbler. It looks a whole lot better than it did going in, but we are definitely going to have to go back in for a much longer run. 2 hours just didn't quite clean it up. I mean, it's serviceable. I could probably load it as is, but I'd like to get it cleaned up a little bit better. But we're getting a little bit of shine. Some of the pieces cleaned up real nice. But still a little bit too dark. This is the first time I've ever had to go back into the tumble because it just didn't clean good enough. Usually after about 2 hours, even range brass comes up pretty bright and shiny. This stuff here, it's shinier, but it's not exactly bright. And see if I can spot it here right off the bat, just looking at the rounds when I was separating them from the stainless steel. I saw a 30-06 in the mix. Sure did jump right out at me. But I'm not exactly seeing it at the moment. It's in here. Where did you go? Is it that one? Nope. 30-06 and 270 look so much alike until you look. There it is, right here. RP 30-06 Springfield. 30-06 on the left, 270 on the right. Only takes a really sharp eye to spot that on the fly. Yeah, as I plucked them out to shake out the stainless steel, I had them side by side, and I was like, that looks like an 06. Sure enough, it was. So I'm going to go ahead and get these back in the tumbler, get them cleaned up, and we'll try to load them. But that's just a real quick on the two options you have for stainless steel tumbling. You can use the Harbor Freight rock tumbler with the 2 barrels, or you can use the big tumbler, the Lyman Cyclone. I think Frankfurt Arsenal has one. They'll do about 1,000 rounds of pistol ammo for a small small batch like this of about 50. This usually works pretty good. Did a decent job. I shorted it a little bit, so they didn't come out quite as pretty as they should have. But we'll get them in. We'll get them cycled through, get a couple more hours in the pins, and it should look like brand new brass. So, with all that being said, thanks for hanging with me. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Y'all remember, stay strapped or get clapped. Carry everywhere you can. Get a CCW if you need to. If you're in a constitutional carry state, I'd get a CCW anyways. You never know, you may travel. So until next time, this Halfmilesniper reminding y'all, stay safe, keep shooting. We'll catch you next time. Send it. Hit.